are for Game 2 on the Red Rink in the Canton Ice House. JWHL playoffs continuing as the Rose St. Netherwood School takes on the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. Right away, we'll have a stoppage here. 11 seconds gone by. 12 seconds, excuse me, and it'll be an icing. Once again, these two teams featuring plenty of college talent, including an all JWHL first-teamer, Ava Thomas. RNS building from the back here early in the first. Grimley keeps it in, centering feed. No connection there for the Flyers. We'll go back for Shelby Shane, future Penn State player. From the blue line, bouncing puck, gloved down by the Philadelphia netminder, Lauren Hernick, another future Penn State player. Chipped up ahead by Tegan Flood. She sends that one down behind the goal line of the RNS end. And coming up with it, Petra Climbs, future University of Toronto player, Flood from in front of her own bench. Puts the puck down into the RNS zone. RNS trying to clear their lines here from the half wall. A shot from the point bounces wide of the net. Minute and a half or so gone by here in the first period. No score yet between the Junior Flyers and RNS. Tied up along Philadelphia's defensive blue line. Gamberg comes away with it. Up the left wing, has an option on the weak side, goes for the closer one. Bouncing puck, they score! I think it was Gamberg, Jane Gamberg, who got the shot off there, but it did take a deflection. Puck hopped up into the air and over Emily Connell between the pipes for RNS. Bit of a strange one to get things going, but it counts the same as a top bin snipe. 1-0 for the Junior Flyers here. 18-13 left to go in the first period. Ava Thomas gets it started. She shoots and puts it just wide, high slot. Samantha Dobrzinski, future Utica commit, sends it around the boards, back up top for Schultz at the point. Schooley, excuse me. Goes D to D. Got a piece of it there did Rosalie Forrester, so high sticking called but waved off as RNS plays the puck. Schooley goes towards goal, sticked away by Connell, but RNS manages to get it out wide to the corner. 2-on-2 here as Kennedy puts it on goal, and glove save made without much duress there by Lauren Hernick. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first period. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Junior Flyers. Strange bouncing puck hopped into the back of the goal. McGuigan, good play at the point, keeps it in the zone for RNS. Daigle swivels and plays it around the boards to keep it down low. In the corner, nobody really comes up with it until it's swept away by Cameron Grimley, the future Yukon Husky. Flipped off the half wall and settled by McGuigan in the neutral zone. Centering feed for Petra Climbs is disrupted by the Philly side, and Grimley comes up with possession. Shot from the high circle. Ava Thomas denied by Connell. Pad save made. And Climbs now coming up the other way with it, trying to get some offense going for RNS. She flings that one on to the cage of Hernick, and a whistle called here. And Hernick, I think, was less than pleased that that puck was whistled down as she motioned to play it out to her side. The whistle came beforehand, though. So it'll be an offensive zone draw here for RNS. Puck won by the Flyers, but knocked out by Flood. And now a 2-on-1. Flood and Thomas will be forced to retreat as they just entered the zone offside. Here it is now with Keely McMaster. McMaster still with it. Tough angle shot. Glove save by Hernick. Good feed across the ice to Tegan Flood. Flood enters the zone for the Flyers with the puck on her stick. Still Flood. Shakes off a hit in the corner, and McMaster comes away with the puck. Jayla Matthews flings that one in from the red line. 5 minutes gone by here. Philly leads 1-0. First period of play between the Junior Flyers and RNS. Junior Flyers trying to force it through the neutral zone again. But now RNS with a chance. A shot just getting her stick there in time was Evelyn Knox. And covered eventually by Hernick after I think it bounced off the end boards there. So strange one, but either way, it'll be an offensive zone draw for RNS after Evelyn Knox just missed it wide. It's a good name for St. Patrick's Day weekend, by the way. Grace Kennedy puts it around the end boards where it's cut out by Jane Hamburg. SUNY Potsdam commit flings it through the neutral zone. Just out in front of Knox. Up the right wing, Grace Kennedy sends it ahead. There is Carol Daigle with the puck after she snuck her way behind the Flyers defense. The numbers, though, Philadelphia put on her. A bit too much to handle as that one is sent around the boards. From the near side, in to collect is Rosalie Forrester. Scooping it away is Ellery Johns, and now nearly connecting with a good lead pass there to Hamburg. It's taken back by RNS. Hamburg pinned along the near side boards in the corner. Comes out to Culligan from the corner. Her shot just goes wide. Somerville sends it down low once again. A very clear pucks in deep mentality on display here from RNS, keeping everything in the lower parts of the O-zone as that one is cleared and nearly taken her coach's head off there was Ellery Johns, and no hard feelings there. She heads to the bench, although it will be a defensive zone draw here for the leading Junior Flyers. They lead by a goal with 13:49 to go here in the first. Puck won by RNS off the draw. Jose Netherwood trying to even this one up. It's Brennan off the boards, looking down low for Lescarbo. Ava Thomas comes up with it, sweeps it right to left across the blue line. Grant off the half wall, sends it ahead for Shane. Shane around behind the goal. It comes up to Sophie Grant, who tried to just poke it through there, but getting in the way was RNS's Thomas, Emily Thomas. Samantha Dobrzinski had her pass to the point, poked away by Lescarbo. She sends that one off the end boards of the Philly zone as RNS takes the change, overskating it slightly there, and a shot! Score! An unassisted effort ties up the game at 1 apiece. It's Chanel Ouellette, one of the youngest rostered players on this RNS squad, a class of 2028, gets this game tied up at 1. What a goal at that heads-up play on the forecheck. And now a chance again for RNS as moving down the ice is Urquhart. Philly needs to right the ship here. They are listing. Sophie Rousseau up ahead the left wing for Jamison Hirsch. The orange will suit her nicely both now and in the future. The future Syracuse commit. Of course, Syracuse, one of the more interesting college hockey programs, as they only feature a varsity women's team. Jamison Hirsch. Left to right, up the wing for Ava Thomas with speed. Ava Thomas tried to roof it off the mask of Connell. Yeah, they say you got to use your head in the game of hockey. Connell putting that one literally. She got a piece of it with her face. Philly, though, good forecheck. Nearly kept it alive with a pass off the boards. It's cut out, though, well by RNS. 11:42 left to go here in the first. Tied up, 1-1. Another errant pass turns it over. Emily Thomas knocks it down, the future University of New Brunswick player. Ava Thomas now collects the puck on the right wing, sends it up ahead to Tegan Flood. Flood couldn't weave her way through the trio of defenders in her way. Schooley up ahead to Flood, camping out on the blue line. Weak side for Thomas. Shot, save made, rebound off the pipe. Thomas collects, they score! Well, a noble, valiant effort by Emily Connell. Unfortunate end to the sequence for her, but it is Lauren Riccobelli who scores for the Junior Flyers to make it 2-1, and we're off to a hot start here in the first period. 2-1, not even 9 minutes gone by yet. There was a initial shot pad save made by Connell. The next one went off the pipe. Thomas collected it from behind the goal, swivels around centers, and then it was a simple matter for Riccobelli to score from there on the weak side. But now 10:46 left in the first period. Still plenty of hockey to go here on the red rink. And the Junior Flyers now trying to clear their lines as RNS makes it difficult on the far corner. Chance in the slot there, nearly developed for Ray Culligan. Tegan Flood comes up with it. Centering feed, trying to stretch it ahead to Thomas. Too far out in front. She heads to the wing to collect it. Off the skates of a Flyer. It's collected there by Dawson. Backhander by Climbs. Cut out, though, by Grimley. Grimley to Gamberg. Gamberg from the far circle shot. I think it got through onto Connell. She made the initial save. The rebound goes up top to the point. Centering feed. Didn't get the shot off there. That Evelyn Knox. Right wing for Climbs. Her shot goes wide. Collected in the neutral zone by Megan Holmes. Grimley off the glass to Gamberg. Gamberg pokes it up ahead to Dobrzinski, who overskates it slightly. Daigle manages to knock it back to Burgoyne. Burgoyne over to Holmes up the left wing, still with it. Holmes chips it ahead to herself off the end boards, but it's just knocked away there by Cameron Grimley. Gamberg sends that one into the far corner, but a good forecheck puts the pressure on the defender behind the goal. I believe that was Emily Thomas there who had to kind of clean up the mess her goaltender made. Ava Thomas with a shot from the high circle. Stick save made by Emily Connell. McMaster tried to force some offense up the right wing. RNS, though, took a change. We'll have a penalty coming up here as an interference is called. We'll see against who it is. Emily Thomas, who will head to the box for interference. Got in the way a bit too much there. Slowed her down in an illegal manner, and that'll make it a power play here for the Junior Flyers as they lead it 2-1. 8:39 to go here in the first period of play. Immediately D to D over to Grimley. Snaps it back to the weak side for Thomas. Pad save made by Connell. Sauce pass up to the blue line. Grimley. Back up top for Shane. Shane looking inwards. Had her pass go off of a skate there, I believe, of Roulette. Flood from the near corner. Up top to Grimley. Grimley picks her head up. Gets it in the middle for Shane. Shane down low to Thomas. Back up top to Shane. Shane over to Grimley. Grimley maybe caught napping a little bit there as the puck was on the other side. Here it is now with Grimley, though. From the high circle near side shot. Took a bounce wide. A minute left. Just over a minute, I should say, left on the power play for Philly. And Ava Thomas tries to put it top bins. Just a bit too high. Shane keeps it in the zone. I was about to say I'm not sure if RNS has gotten a clear yet on this penalty kill. And as soon as I open my mouth, they get it. Tegan Flood gets it back for Shane. Shane has numbers on the weak side. Goes for goal and scores! Shelby Shane reaching into her bags of trick, had her head looking up like she was going to play a cross-ice feed. Goes for goal instead and makes it 3-1. A power play goal coming at 7:18 left in the first period. A hot start for the junior Flyers here, up by a pair. RNS with some work to do here early. Philly managing to sweep it off their own defensive boards. Clock here on the ice house showing a penalty still as that one's swallowed up by Connell. The penalty, of course, has been wiped, but just want to let all those ones watching at home, maybe you didn't catch that, let you all know. Vitale waits to take on Ouellette on the face-off dot. Won by the Riverhawks. Kennedy tried to stretch it up ahead to Urquhart. Too far out in front. It goes back the way of the Flyers. Snapping a pass there was DeMatos, the future Princeton Tiger. Comes away with Ouellette. She fires one, had it stick in her way. Slowed down the shot a good bit. Still sticked away, though, into the corner by Hernick. Vitale had her pass picked off by Culligan. Excuse me, that's McQuiggan. McQuiggan D to D over to Culligan. And Culligan manages to work it up the right wing, but only as far as Sophie Rousseau. Rousseau stretched up the ice, nearly prompted a too many men call, but stays alive with the good forechecking efforts of Madison Vitale. RNS really having a tough time clearing their lines here in the second half of the first period. As it comes up with Daigle. Daigle tried to feed it in the middle, but no one was there. Ava Thomas from the right wing. Off the near side boards. Schooley continues to flood. Flood had it hop over her stick. It's collected there instead by Ray Culligan. McGuigan touched by Climbs, and with speed now comes Dawson. Dawson hauled down to the ice. That will be a penalty for a slash. Well, it looks like it'll be against Ellery Johns. With 5:10 to go, it'll be an RNS Riverhawks power play. Slash is the official call here. And it'll be a 2-minute power play for the team in green here today. They trail by 2 goals. Love to get one back, have that deficit before heading to the bench for the brief intermission we have here between the first and second. Riverhawks win the draw. Extra skater on the ice for another minute 50. McGuigan from the high circle. A glove save made by Hernick. Daigle wins it for the Riverhawks. Comes to McGuigan on the near side point. Middle of the blue line for Culligan. Culligan skates it in towards the high slot, swivels back, fakes a pass to one side, and gets it to the backhand. Climbs, takes it deep into the zone, drops it off for McGuigan. Over to Culligan. Culligan towards goal, got the touch, too much of it from Climbs. Kind of stopped the puck in its tracks. Climbs in the corner. Grimley tried to clear it, but Dawson holds on. Minute 5 to go here, the Riverhawks power play. McGuigan, near side point. High circle now, down low, goal line extended, trying to flip it in the middle was Daigle. Just a tiny little pass there. Sticked away, though, by Hernick, and that one is cut out by Ava Thomas, and Ava Thomas can fly down the ice. Here it is with Thomas, save made by Connell. Ava Thomas, though, still holds on to the puck. Although the numbers from the Riverhawks briefly win the puck back for them. Shot from Rosalie Forrester is blocked and goes up and out of play. With 3:44 to go, 34 seconds left on the Riverhawks power play. Puck won by the Flyers. From the blue line, save made by Connell. Flashing the leather there. Plenty of time to see that one in off of Rousseau's stick. DeMatos off the glass, deep into the Riverhawks zone. Comes away with Megan Holmes. Holmes up ahead to Kennedy. Kennedy now to Thomas. Emily Thomas stops, fires, Kennedy, and the save made by Hernick there as she covers the puck that initially just popped out of her glove. Some good pace on the shot there from Grace Kennedy. And it'll be an offensive zone draw here for Emily Thomas. Puck won by the Riverhawks. Kennedy, Willette. Back to even strength here. Philadelphia penalty expired. Forrester in the middle for Evelyn Knox. Knox trying to center it to Grant. Just a bit too much on that one. Samantha Dobrzinski, dispossessed in the offensive end, lets Emily Thomas come up the other way with it. Emily Thomas with a shot off the chest of Hernick and corralled for the stoppage with 2:44 to go. Riverhawks win the draw in their offensive zone. We'll have a penalty coming up here. I think it might be a cross check. Not sure against who. Of course, nobody's too enthusiastic to get in the box. But it does appear that it'll be Samantha Dobrzinski who heads to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking with 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go here. We'll see what the Riverhawks can do with yet another advantage on the ice. Special teams frequently used here in the first period of this game. Second game here on this red rink in Canton. Emily Thomas briefly holds it at the blue line. Grimley can't get away. Willette manages to keep it in the zone. Grimley sweeps it into the slot off the skate of Emily Thomas, and it just escapes her grasp. Minute and a half left on the Riverhawks power play. Spinning away from the pressure there was Ray Culligan. Culligan up ahead to Urquhart. Thomas, now Willette. Olet high near side circle looking towards goal. Save made by the blocker. But I'm not convinced Hernick got a great look at that shot. I think it was positioning that made the save there. Another one comes in through traffic, this time off a skate of a Flyer. Shane slowed that one down with her foot. Far side point. Just a slide up ahead for the Riverhawk. Lescarbeau, she flings it towards goal where it's gloved by Hernick. 90 seconds on the dot left in the period. 51 seconds left in the first. Power play here underway for the Roath St. Netherwood School Riverhawks. And they've got just under a minute of it here to get back on the board. High slot, shot comes in, slowed down by a Flyer in front, and just hops over the blue line. McGuigan had to handle it with her backhand. She'll collect about the red line, kicks it up to Daigle, who takes the zone for the Riverhawks, trying to feed it ahead to Dawson. Had her stick lifted away. Holmes, McGuigan, towards goal. Save made by Hernick. Trying to bat it out of harm's way was Ellie DeMatos, and just underneath the stick of Megan Holmes. It goes down the length. .45 seconds to go on the period. 5 seconds left on the power play. Climbs trying to make something happen up the right wing. Back to even strength. Climbs behind the goal. 35 to go now in the period. Backhand pass, drops it off for Emily Thomas. Daigle trying to reach for it in the high slot. It comes away with Ava Thomas instead. She switches directions to the right. Fires just wide. 15 seconds now. Climbs, stretches it up ahead to Thomas. Thomas going for goal, looking for the rebound. Was Jayla Matthews, didn't get it. 5 seconds left now. That'll all but do it here in the first. 3-1 the score in favor of Philadelphia. The Roath St. Netherwood School puts a goal on the board and has a few chances go their way, but can't crack Lauren Hernick quite yet. We'll see if they can do so after a quick break here on the ice at the Canton Ice House. Back out for the second period of play here, and a stoppage here with 27 seconds elapsed as the puck hops up and into the Philadelphia bench. Score is 3-1 in favor of the Junior Flyers. The Riverhawks got on the board in the first to tie it, but then a pair of goals by Philly saw them regain the lead. Emily Somerville will get a chance to redo her clearance. A dangerous pass there as Ava Thomas was lurking. The Flyers get the puck back. Ava Thomas's shot stuffed by Connell. Centering feed, digging away at it was, I believe that's Riccobelli, and nothing doing there for the Flyers quite yet, although Ava Thomas still putting the pressure on the forecheck along with Riccobelli. Keeping it on the point there. They hold the zone. Flood kicks it out to Thomas, who shoots over the top of the cage. Cameron Grimley around the boards. RNS tries to clear. Grimley back up top. Shelby Shane just had it escape her grasp. They'll reset in neutral ice. Thomas touches it up ahead to Flood. Flood back to Thomas, who's one-timer. Saved by Connell. The rebound saved by Connell. Still puck with Philly. And it's up top to Grimley, who goes towards goal. Got the deflection. And then the rebound was blocked off the skate of, I want to say that's Culligan there along the post. Flood rifles it up to the blue line. Cameron Grimley had it hop across the line there. They'll reset in their own end. Picked off by Daigle. Daigle now with a chance up the right wing. To her backhand, sticked away by Hernick. Daigle along the boards. Climbs back to Daigle in the middle. Dawson had her stick lifted away, but Climbs comes away with it at the far point. Centering feed. Dawson spinning towards goal, goes away instead. Climbs from the point, makes a good move, gets past one. Climbs high slot, takes it out to the wing instead, chips it up top to Holmes at the point. Holmes looking towards goal, off of a flyer in front, Grimley getting her body in the way. Philly now collects the puck off the half wall, sends it out in front of Flawed Butt. Second period of play here in Canton. No ice cut in between the first and second, so the snow starts to build up a bit in that second frame of play. You start to see the puck slow down and maybe just that extra little bit more. Philly now takes it through the neutral zone on the stick of DeMatos. Tried to sweep it to her backhand. I think Les Carbeau just barely got a piece of her stick to disrupt the play. Evelyn Knox kicks it up ahead to Gamberg. Gamberg now into the far corner. McQuiggan played a pass to her teammate there, Les Carbeau, as Les Carbeau lost an edge, so Philly with a lucky break there. Ellie DeMatos patiently waits behind her own goal, sweeping the puck away is Dobrzinski. And back to collect the stretch pass is Anna Kilfoyle. Good, tough defending there from Philly in the neutral zone. Makes it very difficult for RNS to break through the red line, let alone the offensive zone. Connell out to play it from behind her crease. Touched up ahead for Grace Kennedy. Got a teammate on the weak side whose shot is saved. Urquhart firing on the near side circle there. Glove save made, though, by Hernick as she got across the crease well. 15:30 left here in the second. Still 3-1 in favor of the Philadelphia side. In fact, an international matchup here is Rose St. Netherwood based out of New Brunswick, Canada. Picked off by Thomas at her own blue line. In and on goal with Call to beat. She scores! That's why she's an all JWHLer right there. Makes it look easy on the breakaway. 15-20. Puts Philly up 4-1. The lead growing, the time dwindling as we reach the 5-minute mark here in the second period. That one off of a Riverhawk player on the bench will restart the play here in neutral ice. It's going to be Vitali leaning up against Grace Thomas, or Emily Thomas, excuse me, comes away with the puck for the Riverhawks. Sent all the way down behind Hernick's goal, and that one flips up and out of play. 15:01 to go here in the second period. You know, that neutral zone is really controlled by Philadelphia here right now. If Rothsay, though, can transition, maybe they can get something going on offense and settle in a bit more, get the confidence right. But right now, Philadelphia is making it very difficult for the Riverhawks to really get their offense settled in. There's a misplayed pass there by Johns. Ends up going down to Connolly's cage. Holmes plays it up ahead to Ouellette. Ouellette now trying to stretch it in turn to Kennedy, but it's flung back into the RNS zone for Holmes to collect. McGuigan. Holmes has to trap it with her skate. Urquhart. Too far out in front. Shane keeps it in. Thomas backhander to Flawed in the low part of the slot. Didn't get the shot off, did Tegan Flawed, but it's held at the blue line by the Flyers. Shot comes in, save made by Connell, but held by Grimley on the far side. Her shot was rebounded in front, but it's sticked away by Connell. Still another centering feed off Thomas's stick is repelled by the Rothsay Netherwood defenders. Shane, near side point. Cross the blue line for Grimley. Back to Shane, middle of that blue line. Goes towards goal, swallowed up by Connell. Back underway. RNS manages to clear their defensive zone, but Shelby Shane plays it well on the red line to work the puck up to Ava Thomas. In the middle, Riccobelli's shot goes wide. Getting her stick in the way there on defense was Emily Somerville. And no, not spelled like the town, spelled like the season. Pinned along the near side half walls. Two representatives from each team democratically vying for possession of the puck. Ava Thomas stalking on the outside for her prey. Climbs in there trying to keep her away from it. And it comes away with the Riverhawks. Climbs had it taken away from her. Ava Thomas now working it towards goal. Had her stick lifted, but she scores and the penalty. Call it a hockey and one. Ava Thomas gets her second of the game. 5-1 now the score for the Flyers. And what a hard-working goal for Ava Thomas. Harassed by 3, maybe even 4 RNS defenders. Got her stick lifted nearly vertically into the air. Still manages to get it down, get the shot off, put it in the back of the net. 5-1 Flyers. Daigle trying to force some offense up the right wing. Gets a shot off. Forces the blocker save out of Hernick. Holmes fans on a pass from the point. Now it's pinned along the boards. Brennan manages to keep it in the zone for the Riverhawks. 12 minutes to go, by the way, in the second. Coming up on the halfway mark of this competitive game between RNS and Philly. And now a little chippiness happening here as getting into it was DeMatos and Caroline Gallant. We'll see what the punitive measures taken, if any, here are. I don't think they will call a penalty, despite the extracurriculars, we'll call it. No love lost between these two sides, especially in the playoffs. Evelyn Knox tries to dig it off the boards. It's sent back into the Philly zone by Matthews. Grimley. Gamberg. Off the half wall, stretches the ice up ahead to Evelyn Knox. Knox spins away from the pressure of the RNS defense, feeds it back to the middle, and Gamberg just puts it wide. Behind the RNS goal once again. Held in at the blue line. Oh no, the linesman says. Tough call to make with the snow there in front of the bench, but made it confidently. Allows RNS to come up into their offensive zone, but they dump for the change. And now the Philly defense goes to work. A couple bodies end up on the ice. There's a tangle of legs and sticks and skates along the boards there. In the middle, Dobrzinski has a bit of space up the left wing, gets it to her backhand, forced to go behind the goal line by some great defensive work there by Anna Kilfoyle, just getting in the way of it. Urquhart looking for Olette, lost an edge. Seen a couple players go down there. Right in front of the RNS bench. Dropped off for Grace Kennedy. High circle. Fakes the shot. Pulls it back in. Has it go off the skates of a defender in front. Schooley comes up with the puck after a battle along the boards. Thomas has it poked away by McGuigan. It comes right back to her. That fortuitous puck bounce today. Another player ends up on the ground in neutral ice. Something to monitor here, not just in this game, but maybe as this day goes on. We have passed the halfway mark of this game. 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second. RNS now sustaining some zone time, but yet to really get the puck cycle going. Culligan to Climbs along the boards. Climbs had her shot rocket off of Dobrzinski's backside, and then a pitching wedge shot comes in from Emily Somerville. Had the wrong club on that one, puts it well high and out of play. So 9 minutes, 16 seconds to go here in the second period of play. 5-1 the score in favor of Philly. It's going to be Vitale and Daigle who take the faceoff. Backhander from Climbs in the slot. A little unassuredly. Comes up to Daigle on the far side. McGuigan trying to get it to the weak side for Dawson. It comes up with Shane instead. Shane missed out on McGonigal in the middle, and then Climbs manages to hang on to it despite the pressure in the neutral zone. McGonigal up the right wing. Scorches herself into the slot. McGonigal knocking the RNS defenders down lower into their own end. Here's Dawson. Shane knocks it back from the point. Somerville. Up to Climbs. Climbs having a bit of trouble getting it past the point defense of Grimley. Manages to just poke it free, but it's held on to by Taylor Schooley. McGonigal sends it out to the right wing. Flood giving chase on the forecheck, but RNS possesses. Brennan pinned along the far side of the corner boards. Shane in from the point. Keeps it behind the goal line. Flood manages to get it up top to Thomas, though. Flood. Thomas knocked away by RNS. It'll go down the length for an icing. Just a little bit too much on that one. 7:32 to go here in the second period. It's still 5-1. Puck won by the Riverhawks off the draw. Good offensive momentum. Matthews kicks it to her stick. Tried to get the shot off. Arm up. Delayed penalty coming. Touch, though, by Ellie DeMatos. We'll see what the call is. It will be against DeMatos. Hook is the call. Didn't see it myself. Must have been just a little bit away from the puck. So now a power play for the Riverhawks. Chance to get back on the board here for them. Holmes, though, surpassed by Ava Thomas in the neutral zone. Ava Thomas with a shorthanded chance had her shot go off the pads of Connell. Gamberg collects it back with the toe of her stick. Thomas knocks it down to herself, drags it through one defender, and just lost it on her backhand there. What a nasty move, though, to get through that one. Thomas flings it towards goal. It takes a bounce off a RNS stick and out of play. Riverhawks tie it up on the dot. Climbs comes away with possession, but a little bit of indecision there. Maybe slowed her down when the power play really should be urgently moving to get back on the board as Climbs gets one off the tip of the glove. Hernick just managed to keep that one out. Climbs again. Gets it up to the high slot for Dawson off the skates of a Flyer in front. Dawson pokes it free, looking for Culligan at the point. Culligan manages to keep it away from Thomas, and now skates it down low, but puts it away from everybody. Connell out to play it from her crease. Had it picked off by Thomas. Thomas goes for goal. Had it deflected in turn. 20 seconds left on the RNS power play, although it certainly has not felt like it. The shots have gone the way of Philly. Dawson knocks it into the zone, but heads to the bench for a change after the dump. We'll see the rest of their power play time here as a stretch pass connects with Knox. Schooley. Knox. In the middle. McGonigal in towards goal. Backhander. Bit of a tangle there behind the goal line. Comes up with RNS possession. Fanned on one there. Around the boards looking for Forrester. Johns. Over to Schooley. Schooley. A bit of blue on blue, or I guess orange on orange, as Evelyn Knox got in the way of her teammate's shot inadvertently. And heads to the bench, Smarting. McGonigal puts the pressure on the RNS defense. Les Carbo. Daigle. Up the right wing now with Philly. It's Evie McGonigal. Trying to force it down low once again. This is McGonigal, but then a pass picked off by Les Carbo. Held well at the blue line by DeMatos. Fresh out the box. Her shot towards goal. Pad save by Connell. Culligan sweeps it around the boards behind her own goal. Coming in from the point to play it is Rousseau. Rousseau And Knox miss out there. RNS comes away with it. Les Carbo, a big touch off her stick. Turns the puck back over to Philly. D'Amatos. High circle. Backhand sauce pass. Cross the ice to Rousseau. Rousseau looking in the middle. Arm up on the near side, and it's touched by RNS. It seems we will have a penalty against them now. Looks like it'll be Emily McGuigan. For a high stick. Must have caught a flyer up high away from the play. Now with 3:06 to go, it'll be a Philadelphia power play, and they lead at 5-1. Just a reminder, folks, we will be taking a 15-minute or so intermission, as immediately getting the clear are the Riverhawks. Good start to their PK here. The last few minutes of power play time. Comes up with D'Amatos. Down the left wing she goes. Dobrzinski up top to Thomas. Grimley towards goal. Corralled and covered by Connell. 2:35 left here in the second period. Minute 29 left here on the power play for the Flyers. Puck won back by the Riverhawks, but possession again maintained by Philly. Shane, Thomas, over to Flood. Flood towards goal. Glove saved by Connell, and with some confidence. Only 14 seconds elapsed on that sequence. So we'll get started here with 2:21 to go and a minute 15 left on the power play. Grimley. Shane, near side for Thomas. Thomas tried to get the deflection. Weak side rebound. Swing and a miss. Strike one from Grimley. An opportune break there for the RNS netminder Connell, as that was a big hole on the weak side. Ava Thomas takes it in up the right wing now for Philly. Pursued well, though, by Culligan. Comes back to Shane on the top of the blue line. Shane, Thomas, near side shot, blocked in front by Urquhart. Up top for Shane, high slot shot, saved by Connell. Hockey East playoff action continues tonight. It's that time of year. Playoffs all over the hockey world. NCAA Women's Frozen Four right around the corner in D1. D3 is underway. Rousseau lost an edge. Chance here for the Riverhawks. Climbs, has a teammate on her right. Had her shot blocked away by D'Amatos. Took too much time. And the Flyers now with a chance to make it a 3-on-1 themselves. Good back checking, though, by Somerville. Diffuses the situation, albeit temporarily. As the Flyers regain possession at neutral ice. It's Vitale up the right wing. High circle. Bit of a 50% power shot there, lobbed towards goal. And now into the final minute of play. Here comes Gallant. Thomas trailing in the middle. Pass took it behind her. Somerville from the near point. Thomas lost an edge. Tried to poke it through the legs of D'Amatos. It comes away with Philly. And they send it down the length for an icing with 28-2 remaining. McMaster goes up against Riccobelli on the draw. Trying to force it forward was McMaster, but Riccobelli was having none of it. Good A-frame there to keep her away from the puck. Chipped ahead by the Flyers, slowed down by some snow to avoid the icing. Riverhawks can't clear their lines. It's Ava Thomas from the near dot. Just put it over the top. 5 seconds to go. Flawed from the far boards up top to the blue line, and that'll do it. After 2, it's 5-1 in favor of Philadelphia. Rose St. Netherwood School looking for a second goal after they scored back in the first. We'll be right back after a quick break and a fresh sheet of ice. All right, back out for the third and final period of play between Rothson Netherwood School and the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. Before we get underway, just would like to say a quick shout out and a hello to Doreen from Boston. Hope you're enjoying the game and having a great time watching from home. Probably a bit warmer there than it is in this little rink here. McQuiggan will get things started for the Riverhawks by flinging a shot from the top of the near circle. Sticked away by Hernick. McQuiggan back to the middle, flings one towards goal. Poked it away there by the Flyers. Schooley, a future CAA women's hockey player. She's going to go to Delaware. Colonial Athletic Conference. I'm not sure if Delaware plays women's hockey in the CAA. I'm actually pretty sure they don't. But that's where the rest of their teams play, so we'll ride with that. Daigle, though, will take it up the right wing for the Riverhawks. Out of her crease to play it is Hernick, and she drops it off there for eventually Flood to collect on the left wing. Sniping it around the boards from the middle of the ice is Lauren Riccobelli. It's collected by Petra Climbs here on the right wing. Daigle up ahead to Dawson. Dawson had it poked away. And then a whistle here as Dawson and I think that's Forrester had a bit of a collision. And the puck went out of a play as a result. Kind of threw her off her aim there. So we'll get restarted at center ice this time. Well, Emily Thomas going up against Rosalie Forrester. Knocked in to the offensive zone by the Riverhawks. It was Anna Kilfoyle who slapped that one into the near corner. Minute and a half gone by here. Nothing much doing for either side. Although the zone time has gone the way of the Riverhawks here. As I say that, though, the Flyers enter the zone and try to start their cycle, but it just bleeds across the blue line. And that's where Brennan can collect. Losing an edge there was Evelyn Knox. That gives a chance for Daigle to shoot. Excuse me, that was Emily Thomas to shoot on the near side of the slot. Glove save made, though, by Hernick with 18:04 to go here in the third. And we're reaching that midpoint of a lengthy weekend for these players. Should they make it all the way to the final round, that'll be potentially as many as 5 games in 3 days. Puck changes hands a few times in the far corner of the Flyers zone, but coming up with it is Vitale behind her own net. Held in at the blue line by Kennedy. She knocks it down low, where it's collected by DeMatos. DeMatos spins away from the pressure of a pair of Riverhawk forecheckers. Now it's McGonigal up the right wing, trying to put one on goal. It was Vitale. Had her shot blocked and her balance taken away from her by a good defensive play. Now here comes Somerville hard up the right wing. Pushes away the pressure of one defending Flyer. Then drops it off there for Urquhart to try to push it low. McQuiggan comes up with it, sweeps it from the blue line into the near corner. Still McQuiggan. She knocks it up ahead to Grace Kennedy. Spins away from pressure. Still Kennedy. Far side circle, shot, save, rebound, just wide. Point blank shot for Urquhart. And she just, I think, got a bit too much of the puck there with the blade of her stick and sent it wide of the cage. Fortunate for Hernick as she was sucked out of position to make that initial save. Loose puck in the neutral zone is cut out, and then a penalty coming up as brought down to the ice was Ellery Johns. A pretty clear penalty against Sophie Urquhart. We'll see what they get her for. A hold, that makes sense. Could have been a hold, could have been interference, could have been a couple different things there, but at the end of the day, it is a 2-minute minor penalty. So the power play unit takes the ice once again for the Flyers. They'll have 2 minutes of the extra skater advantage starting at 16:10 of this third period. Thomas chips it back to Grant. Grimley. Shane now up at the top of the blue line. Over to Thomas. Thomas looking for her third goal. Had her shot off the pads of Connell. Grimley. On the near side, looking in the middle for Flawed. Flawed had to get it off her skates to her stick and was swarmed by the defending Riverhawks as she tried to do so. One-timer, save made by Connell, and the clearance goes down the length of the ice. 35 seconds elapsed here on the power play for the Flyers. And they'll send it up to Flawed. She drops it off for Thomas on the left wing. Ava Thomas trying to work the overlap with Tegan Flawed. He comes back to Thomas. Shot. Score! The rebound sneaks its way underneath Connell's pads. And I do believe that was Tegan Flawed who gets her first goal of the game. Makes it a 6-1 game here in the third. Scrappy goal, hard-working team here, the Flyers. They get their 6th score. That wipes the penalty off the board. We are back to even strength here. Hill to climb for the Riverhawks gets steeper and steeper now with every passing second. Feeding it through the middle, just out of reach there for Brennan. No icing called by the official. Hauled down to the ice again was Johns. She has been on the receiving end of a few penalties here today, taking a bit of a battering as she heads to the bench. The penalty, though, will be against Isabel Brennan. It'll be a 2-minute minor, once again, for a trip. Spirits high on the Flyers bench. They lead by 5 goals here in the third. Offensive zone draw for Philadelphia as they head back to the power play less than a minute after they scored their 6th goal of the game. Shifty move along the end boards there by Ellery Johns. Gets the puck up to the neutral zone where Forrester takes the blue line. Tried to drop it off there for Gamberg. Maybe more of a back pass than a drop pass. Ends up going back across the blue line. They'll reset. And the referee there along the boards kind of got in the way of the play. It'll go down the length. Hernick had her pass picked off. Luckily, it was a bad angle for a shot. Daigle will retreat all the way to neutral ice. Minute 15 left of penalty killing for the Riverhawks here. As a processional feel starts to take over this one. Vitale across the red line and in. Under a minute to go on the Flyers power play. Top of the blue line for DeMatos towards goal. Stick save made by Connell. Puck still with the Flyers though through Rousseau. Tried to get it in the middle there for some Flyer to get a shot off, but it ends up being cleared to the point. Shot comes in off of a chest of a Riverhawk. Rebound collected by the Flyers. Shot another time deflected by the skate of a Riverhawk. Knocked down and held at the point though by Rousseau. Vitale flings one towards goal. 15 seconds now left on the power play. Rousseau had to go off a skate, but it's held by McGonigal. Bank pass to Rousseau. Slap shot goes wide. Maybe looking for the deflection there. Didn't find it. Vitale. As we head back to even strength, Rousseau, Brennan right out of the box, nearly got it back. Shot off of a teammate. Catching that one up high was Jamison Hirsch. She heads straight to the bench, but seems to be all right. Just take a minute here, get a breather. RNS gets the clearance, and now a chance for the Riverhawks. Moving in on goal, Brennan. Brennan shoots! She scores! Isabel Brennan, the Nichols College commit, makes it a 4-goal game. You can hear the cheers from the RNS bench. They maybe have a bit of a spark here with that goal. Plenty of time to get back in this one. 12 minutes left in the third. And there are 6 players on the ice still for RNS, so we will redo that face-off. Fortunate for the Riverhawks, as they could have had another penalty go their way. Daigle collects in her neutral zone, gets it to Kilfoyle, D to D. Culligan gets the bank pass up ahead to Dawson. And Dawson puts it on goal, forcing the cover. A 6-2 score here. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Riverhawks after they survived a penalty kill and got one back. Daigle takes the draw, loses out on the dot to Dobrzinski. Centering feed poked away by RNS. McQuiggan does a good job to hold on to it in the neutral zone. Climbs. Dispossessed there by Riccobelli. Over to the left wing for Flood. Flood trying to feed it ahead to Dobrzinski. Too far out in front. Climbs, unable to clear. On the ice was Riccobelli. No call. Ouellette trying to drag it through the center. That one goes back to neutral ice. Flood controls and drags it into the neutral zone, or the attacking zone, excuse me. Tried to feed it into the middle there, took a bounce for RNS to try to clear. Gamberg, though, keeps it in, at least for a moment, before Ouellette comes away with it. Bank pass off the board ahead to Kennedy. Kennedy trying to make it a third for the Riverhawks. Save made, though, by Hernick. And with 10:21 to go in the third, still 6-2 in favor of the Junior Flyers. We'll see if and when Connell comes out of the goal. It's kind of even early to be thinking about it, let alone talking about it, but it's worth mentioning, as 4 goals is, while it is a steep hill to climb, it is not completely out of reach for these Riverhawks. A little Bruin-style play off the end boards, trying to get the shot off there was Burgoyne. Puck comes into the crease off the pads and away from Hernick. Lead pass cut out well by Somerville. Evelyn Knox wins it back on the forecheck for the Flyers. Weak side feed for Gamberg. She scores. There's good fundamental hockey play there. Get it across the slot to the weak side. Make the goaltender work for it. And Connell, who has been working for it all day long, unable to get to that one in time. It's 7-2. Puts the Flyers back up by 5. Riverhawks win it back on the forecheck. Shot just goes wide off the stick of Matthews. Matthews behind the goal trying to collect the puck again for the Riverhawks. It comes away with McGonigal instead. Lace knocks it down low. Along the boards with Hirsch. A trio of Riverhawks there along the boards, and that allows the Flyers to break it out on the right wing. McGonigal. Pursued a bit there well by Kilfoyle, who wins the puck back for the Riverhawks. RNS trying to get their footing as they climb this hill. Dawson weaves her way through the attacking zone, gets a shot, forces the stick save out of Hernick. Here's climbs on the weak side. Ends up falling to the ice. McGuigan. Now Daigle. McGuigan flings a shot from the point. He gets through the traffic and is gloved by Hernick. With 8 minutes flat to go here in the third, it's still 7-2. Connell still in the crease for the Riverhawks. Will likely remain there for the next 5 minutes, if I had to guess. In the offensive zone, the Flyers get the puck back, trying to clear their lines now. Dobrzinski had a hopping puck escape her grasp. It's Holmes now in her own end. Holmes' pass intercepted by the Flyers, taken back by Grant. No doubt the Flyers happy to keep this puck away from their goal, 200 feet away from their goal, all the way in the opposite corner. Coming away with it, though, is Daigle. She'll try to get the offense going here for the Riverhawks. Bouncing puck finds its way to Climbs. Climbs in a one-on-one, just one defender to get past. Manages to get the shot off, but it puts it wide. Rebound effort off the end boards. Clearance, though, finds its way to Climbs, who's shot off the toe of her stick. Goes wide. Somerville. No one trickles its way through past the grasp of D'Amatos and is frozen by Hernick with 6:29 to go. 7-2 the score in favor of Philadelphia. Puck won by Philly. Kennedy, though, rins it back, gets it in the middle, shot blocked. Even with the 5-goal lead, the defense still working hard for Philly. Offense still working hard as Gamberg nearly got it to her forehead and managed to nearly poke it home. Oh, friendly fire there off the shins of Forrester. Forces Philly to retreat. Billette. Gamberg now for Philly takes the offensive zone. Brennan manages to get it free, trying to connect with Thomas up ahead, but it's cut out well by Grimley. Grimley will skate it back into her own end briefly as her team takes the change. Still Grimley up the right wing. Puck pops free. Held in, though, by Grimley. She gloves it down to herself, but is knocked to the ice. Good forecheck, though. Prevents the clearance initially been managing to get it free is Gallant. Under 5 minutes to go now. 5 goals still the deficit for the Riverhawks. Hirsch comes up the right wing with speed for Flyers. Trying to center it there was Shelby Shane. Had to bounce off a Rothsay stick. Now McMaster comes away with it. McMaster up the right wing. Still McMaster shrugs off a few checks. McGuigan slaps one towards goal from the point. Stick save made by Hernick. 4 minutes left. McGuigan towards goal. Got the deflection, but pad save made. And the puck's still loose. It goes behind the goal. The Tally, who's had a lot of minutes in this final frame of action, can't get the clearance. Holmes shoots it, puts it off the shins of a Flyer in front. Now a 2-on-1 here for the Flyers if they move quickly. McGonigal tried to slide it over to Hirsch. It's sticked away, though, well by McGuigan, who's had a great game for these Riverhawks. McMaster from the blue line. 3.5 to go here. Grant couldn't corral the pass. Stretching the ice up ahead to Daigle. Daigle trying to get there first to avoid the icing. Getting there in time, though, were the Flyers, and they'll go down the length with 3:17 left in the third. Playoff action continues all day long today. I believe the last game would start around 7 o'clock. Offensive zone draw for the Flyers, held in at the blue line by Rousseau. Sophie Grant trying to feed it in the middle for Tegan Flood, who has a goal to her name today. Rousseau, near circle, goes behind the goal line. Daigle comes up with the puck and clears it to Climbs. In the middle, Daigle tried to feed it through. Comes up to Somerville instead. She shoots, puts it wide. Swatted away by Hernick on the rebound. And now at 2.5 minutes, Philly will build up from the back. Flood trying to start a 3-on-2 here, but getting back in time to defuse it with Dawson. Dobrzinski to the weak side for D'Amatos. She shoots, blocker saved by Connell. Pops out to neutralize. D'Amatos there to collect it. Schooley sends that one in, and it will go for an icing. 2 minutes, 1 second left to go here. And I mentioned that a processional feel was starting to take over. I would say that it has taken grip now. It does appear that Connell will be staying in her crease with the 5-goal deficit. And we will play these final 2 minutes out here with hopefully as few stoppages and as much hockey as possible. Centering feed for Olette. Just out in front, couldn't get her backhand to it. Gamberg now, the lone Flyer, takes the zone. She's got a trailer helping out. Tried to feed it to her. It was Forrester making her way to the slot, but nothing doing there. 90 seconds to play. Schooley keeps it in. Gamberg around the boards for Forrester. Evelyn Knox stalks in the slot. Puck's popped up. Still with Philly. Pinball ends up with RNS. Now the Riverhawks trying to get one more before the close. That shot goes off the skates of a Flyer in front, but it's collected by Grace Kennedy. Kennedy gets it up top to McGuigan. Under a minute now to play. Somerville trying to feed it in the middle. Shot from Brennan, saved by Hernick. Right on the doorstep, but Hernick, who has had a very solid game, and season for these Flyers remains strong in the goal for Philly. McQuiggan from the point, fans on the shot, and that lets Gamberg poke it to the neutral zone. Holmes in her own end. Fires a shot, glove save made by Hernick. 30 seconds on the dot. Tied up on the dot with 20 seconds to go. Rothsay trying to get one more. Shot didn't come off. And Philly gets the clear down the length. McGonigal giving chase behind the RNS goal line. Caroline Gallant trying to force another rush, but tied up in the neutral zone is McGonigal and Hirsch. They will see this one out as Philadelphia hangs on to win 7-2. Taking control of this one early and holding on to it. Rothsay, though, showing signs of life. Couple good chances for them, but a tough goaltender for Philly to beat. This one ends 7-2, and the rest of the JWHL playoffs will be live here, coming right up. I myself, though, I've got some baseball to go do, so I'll catch you all later.